What's up, guys? Peter from Mountain Ready here. This is my little buddy Jenkins, and this is my friend Lauren, and this is the MyMedic Pet Med Pack. The Pet Med Pack is really something that you should have as part of your, not only your survival gear and your pack, but just something you should have readily available if you have dogs or cats, right? If you're taking your dog out for a walk, if you have a cat that's an outdoor cat and they get injured, you want to have some medical supplies readily available to handle those situations and those emergencies, okay? Especially if you're out and about, you're not at home where most of your supplies are. You should have something with you in your car or in your backpack when you're traveling with your friends, okay? So with your pets. So let's take a look at this little guy. We'll open him up and we'll see what's in there, and we'll talk about some additions that you can also add to the Pet Med Pack, okay? So let's go. All right, guys, so we have the Pet Med Pack opened up, and as you can see, we have a med pack inside the med pack, right? So as you may know, MyMedic makes first aid kits, they make med packs, and then they make mods. And mods are the individual supplies that go into both the med packs and the first aid kits, okay? So we'll break open this med pack in a minute. The mods, or the individual supplies that are included in this guy, are the leash, a standard loop leash, some over-the-counter medication, a pair of tweezers in case there's a splinter. We can pull that splinter out with the tweezers, and of course training. I always mention, and it's probably the most important thing, is to make sure you get trained. One is to have a med pack or a first aid kit, but two is to know how to use it, right? So this is a digital download, and you'll scan the QR code and you'll go to the MyMedic website, and it'll give you a whole bunch of information on everything in here, how to use it, and some additional information on items that are not in here, okay? So now let's open up the this med pack here. This is the scrape med pack. We'll open up this guy and we'll see what's in there, okay? All right, guys, so we have everything opened up here, so let's go through it real quick, okay? So first we have some Triple Antibiotic ointment, okay? We have some antiseptic towelettes, right? So this is to disinfect your pet. And then we have something to disinfect your hands, right, before you work on your pet. This is the hand wipe, the antiseptic hand wipe, okay? We have some gauze pads, some large gauze pads here. And then we have a non-adherent pad, right? So you don't want it sticking to the wound, you're gonna use this guy, okay? Obviously we have some gloves. We have a 2-inch gauze roll, right? So if you need to wrap Jenkins here, his body or his leg or his paw or something, you're gonna use that, okay? And then you have another one here that is self-adherent, right? So it's like an ace bandage. So as you wrap it, it kind of sticks to itself, right? It creates a bond. Okay, and then last but not least is obviously the super wash, okay? So you're gonna use this to wash out a wound before maybe you apply some triple antibiotic ointment and then a gauze pad and then maybe you wrap it, okay? So again, make sure you get trained on how to use this stuff here. So as I mentioned earlier, we do have one over-the-counter medication in the Pet Med Pack, and that is an allergy medication, okay? But there's some additional things that you can put in there to be prepared, okay? There's a lot of over-the-counter medications that you can use for pets. There's a lot that you can't. For example, like Tylenol or Advil, they're very toxic, especially for cats, very toxic. So you gotta be very careful what you use for pets, okay? So now I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a veterinarian, but I highly recommend Dr. Jones at Veterinarian Secrets or Veterinary Secrets on YouTube. Watch those videos to get some training and ask your veterinarian as well what they recommend you carry with you or you have in your medicine cabinet, in your pet med pack, in your car for your pets, okay? So typically pets, they hurt themselves, right? So they're running around, they can get punctured by a stick, they can step on a piece of glass, right? They'll cut their paw. They may get into a little scrappy cat fight. If you have cats that are outdoor, maybe they get into a little cat fight with some of the other animals in the neighborhood. Or maybe they eat something that doesn't agree with them, right? So they have an upset stomach, they have diarrhea, they're vomiting. So those are the kind of things that you can really treat at home if you know what to use right? And you know the dosage, okay? So again, get some training and figure out what those things are, and then put them in your pet med pack to augment your, what you already have in here, okay? So just as an example, I have some props here. And again, these are just props. These aren't the real medications. But for example, pets get conjunctivitis a lot, right? And you can have some eye drops that are made for pets. You can get these at your local, pet supermarket or your pet store to treat common, eye infections and eye irritations in pets, okay? Hydrocortisone cream, 1%, is good for pets. Pets get a lot of yeast infections in their ears, right? So that's like a bacterial infection. So you can take some over-the-counter medications, 2 medications, mix them together, and make a cream out of it. And you can put that on the tip of your finger and massage the inner ear with that cream a couple times a day for a couple of days, and you can actually get rid of that yeast infection, okay? So those are just some ideas and tips, okay? Obviously, I mentioned diarrhea, right? So you can do some Imodium. Imodium is good for pets. Vomiting, right? Allergy, Zyrtec. We already had an allergy medicine here, right? You can also use Benadryl. Benadryl makes them tired, though. Zyrtec works really well. And then, obviously, nausea, right? Some Pepsid. That's not Pepsid. I think those are chewable multivitamins for kids, but those are Pepsids. Just as an example, okay? All right, guys, that's a wrap on the Pet Med Pack. Pick yours up today at mountainready.online. Thank you so much, Jenkins and Lauren, for being such good sports. We'll see you next time.